What's up, everybody? Welcome to Moose Milk Podcast, episode 42. I almost forgot what episode it was. 42. I'll be your host, Ryan. Just going to wait for Mr. Matt to rejoin us here at Customs by Match, returning to the pod after a couple weeks off. But, yeah, as you can see, new set as... Hi, Shanice. How's it going? New set. Just put that together today. And, yeah, coming soon in the future, I'm going to start... hey, what's up, Mercury? Yeah, we're going to start doing Lego builds on the pod. So, coming beginning of November, sometime the first week of November, I'm supposed to get a new Lego set. So, we're going to start doing Lego builds on the pod. The stream. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. And Matt should be joining any time here. And here he is. Look at him. Look at this guy. What up, son?
What up?
How's it going?
It's going, man. How are you?
Yeah. I'm not bad.
Get this light down a bit here.
Lighting's hard.
What's that?
Lighting's hard. Nobody tells you how hard lighting is.
You know what you gotta get? You gotta get one of these ring lights. They're the best.
I have one.
Oh, do you? Oh, yeah, I can see it in your glasses.
Yeah.
Do you always have that?
Yeah.
Huh. Where have I been?
Hi.
Hi, everybody. I see somebody said, Shanice said hi. Hi, how's it going? And Astonishing's here. That's cool.
Yeah, lots of people in the chat already.
I'm going to start his thing right off. I'm going to start right off the bat by plugging his channel. So today was Hasbro PulseCon, which is like their like Comic-Con or whatever, you know? It's like a 2-day thing.
Okay,
so
yeah.
he did
like a
I don't know if,
stream?
yeah, it was like a 4 hours each day. So 4 hours today and then 4 hours tomorrow. Cool. So I don't know who Astonishing is. Like, I don't know if that's Chris or Elvin here, but regardless, they're both going to be on tomorrow for, I think it starts at 8 a.m. our time, West Coast time. So 11 your time.
Sure.
For PulseCon. So if you guys go over to his YouTube channel, he'll be live tomorrow. He'll be live streaming. So I'm going to go over there. Oh, hey, Chris. I'm going to go over there and do some chatting in the chat probably just to harass the guys, to be honest. So
I like that. I like how that sounds.
But yeah, we have Marvel tomorrow. We have the Marvel Legends panel.
So that's
tomorrow.
just all new figures?
Yeah, so they basically they show new stuff and then new pre-orders go up and stuff. So, but like today, so like Star Wars has kind of been like a hot topic lately because they're kind of just like sucking lately. Like the price keeps going up on the figures and like they keep cutting back articulation. So like we used to get double jointed knees, now we only have single, and it's like the figures look good, but they don't like come with any accessories, and like they're up to like
so
40,
like bare bones.
Yeah, and they're like $40 a pop right now, right? And it's just
that's pricey.
Yeah, it's way too stupid. So like I'm slowly backing away, especially because like I'm at the point in my collection where like I like I'm pretty happy with it. Like it's full enough for me. Like, you know, there's probably like, I don't know, 15 or 20 characters that like if they made, I probably will still pick up. But aside from that, I'm going to just stick to my list. And it's just like, if it's not on the list, I'm not buying it because it's just like, I can't support it. Like I don't. Right. Yeah.
So are these typically based off like the movie costumes, or are these like any? Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So the Star Wars one. So the way it works is actually, it's cool if you're an inbox collector, which I'm not, but the new packaging is really cool because it's all color coded. So and like if you line them up on the shelves by their spine, it makes like one big picture.
Oh, I love that shit. That's
it's
awesome.
all in like a hue. So it's like Mandalorian is like golden, like orangish color. So it's like you'll see the Mando, but it's like all kind of like tinted like that orange, right? And it all matches each other, and it has like the line on the box. Like I really like that kind of aesthetic. So each show has like a color basically.
Right.
So it's really cool. Yeah, they look great together, but it's just like I can't justify the pricing, and it's just crazy. And today, they're getting tons of slack right now for like doing tons of repaints, which is like when they suit the need and it makes sense, sure, but like they haven't been giving us anything new, and it's just repaint, repaint. Right. And then today they roll out with like 3 new figures, and one is priced at a deluxe figure price, which is like $10 more than a regular one for Canadian.
Yeah,
but like shouldn't be one. Like he's not. They usually do that for like bigger characters or characters who like require like additional accessories. You know, like Saw Gerrera, for example, who's like a bigger dude and has like all this gear on him. Like that would probably be a deluxe. Yeah. But anyways, they did Cobb Vanth, so that's Timothy Oliphant's character from Mandalorian, the Boba Fett armor. So they made him a deluxe figure, and I'm just like, why? Like it's so not warranted at all. And it's just like it pisses me off so bad. But it's the only one, it's the only release from today that like I saw and I was like, that looks really good. I kind of want that. But
sure.
So I will probably buy it, even though I'm shit talking the hell out of it. I'll buy it, but I'll be salty as fuck about it.
It's that like collector's issue, right? Of like all the boxes go together, so you almost want to get them all just so you complete the collection. But then,
that part doesn't bother me because I don't keep the boxes. So
yeah, I get that. I mean, when see, like that's my biggest problem. Is like I was talking about starting doing the Lego builds, right? And I want to keep all the boxes, so because Lego goes up in value like crazy for some reason, and it's like absurd.
Yep.
That Simpsons house one that that they put out like a while ago. I remember,
now, isn't it?
Oh, me and Brett were at Fan Expo in Toronto, and it was selling for $2.99 when it came out.
Yeah,
and we were like, oh, that's a little pricey. Like we're not going to pick it up today. Now you find them online; they're like $1,000.
Yeah,
like
I know they're expensive.
It's crazy. Like the like I don't understand it. It's plastic. It shouldn't be as expensive as they are, but. I mean, I love them. I love Lego, and I'm excited to start collecting it. But obviously, I'm going to keep all the boxes intact and everything like that.
Yeah, good idea.
Display it, build it, display the box behind it, and then if I need to resell it or whatever, I can put it all back together. And
that's the smartest idea. So
yeah,
that's exciting for me that you're getting into Lego because it's like, ooh, that's kind of a toy thing. We can.
Yeah, no, It's something that speaks to me, man. I loved Lego as a kid, and they're always really pricey. So I generally just had like a big box of Lego and not actual like builds and stuff like that, you know. Yeah. But somebody in the chat just said hold on here.
Human Josh or not says they just announced Home Alone Lego. Yeah, we were talking about it earlier today.
We were talking about that privately.
I showed it to Kate, and she's like, "Want to get that? We should get it. We could put it together, and we could put it up for Christmas every year."
Yeah, totally. I'm getting it. It's not on sale yet. It doesn't go on sale until November 1st. So
shit. I'm probably gonna pick it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy it. That's gonna be my December build.
Nice. That was sweet.
It's stupid. I shouldn't spend that much money on a Lego, but whatever.
Yes, you should. Yeah, you should.
I just was kind of this. I've been really, really anxious the last like few weeks. My anxiety's been through the roof, and I just need something to keep my mind occupied. So doing something like that where I can just sit for a few hours and build things, like that will totally work for me. Yeah,
I agree. That's a good de-stressor.
Somebody back a while ago in the chat asked if either of us had seen the new Halloween, and I have, and we're gonna
Nike Boy Jace.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
He's a big horror fan.
Yeah, I watched it this week as well as the new Candyman. So I'll talk about that in a minute. But
nice.
How was your vacation?
It was really good. It was nice. I got to see my mom. I haven't seen her in 2 years, so it was nice to get to hang out with her. And it was cool because like my mom is like very chill, so like I didn't feel like I had to like entertain her for 2 weeks, which would have been like more of a vacation. Like it wouldn't be a hassle, but it'd be
No, I understand what you're saying. You don't want to keep super busy on your.
Yeah, and she's like make sure you got to have your downtime, right? So it's like. Yeah, it was.
She's a mom.
It was good. It's weird though because like our relationship was never really like that. So like it's cool that it is now, and
yeah, totally.
Yeah, it was really good. And the second week we stayed in Tsawwassen with her with Kate's parents, so that was also fun because that even gave me more time to just kind of chill because I didn't have to feel like I was always there. Kate's parents were there, and they get along really well.
Entertain herself with them and have
yeah. So it was good. And then I got a bunch of. I'm still talking toys, but I just got this today. So this is the HasCon.
That's awesome.
the cell shaded animated series Venom.
Yeah, that looks really good.
Yeah, I really, really like it. I got it today at GameStop, and it's fucking nice. It's really, really nice.
Yeah, that's really cool. It reminds me of the Sega Genesis game. What the fuck was that game called? Maximum Carnage, yeah.
Totally. And then I got this guy.
It's so fucking big, man.
It's the best.
It's so cool, though.
It's so cool.
It's so cool. All the pictures you've been posting, I'm like, holy shit, man. It's so cool. Thank you. Your first night back and you're flipping me the bird. No, that's dope, man. It's I can't believe how big it is.
He's so huge.
Yeah. It's massive. Yeah. But he should be that big. I mean, he should be towering over all the other figures, so, you know.
Yeah, he's ginormous. I love him, though. He's really cool. And then the last action figure thing I'll show is I've been working on this guy. This was kind of like my project over vacation. I had to texture this guy's skin. It turned out so really cool, good. I'm so happy with how it looks.
Yeah, it looks really good, dude. For all you audio listeners, Matt's just showing us a bunch of toys. That,
yeah, I guess that makes a lot of sense for them.
Yeah, well, no. So if you're only listening to the podcast feed, you know, like I said in a lot of the posts, like, yeah, you're gonna miss out on things because it is a visual medium. But
then you can always go and check it out, and you can see when I got cool things like this sweet raptor from Jurassic Jesse.
It's very cool.
It's very.
I love dinosaurs, though.
And then I found out that they have a Dilophosaurus, and I'm like, oh boy.
Like the J.E. Dilophosaurus?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is Jurassic Park 2. This is
it looks like it, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's from The Lost World. I think it's one of the ones.
Opposed to Jurassic Park 3 where they put feathers on their head. Fucking movie sucks.
My personal favorite colorway of for the Raptor is Jurassic Park 1. It's like that dark brown with the black shading. It looks really cool. But looks good too. Yeah, no, they've changed it multiple times throughout the movies, and I think Jurassic Park 1 was probably the best. They nailed almost all the dinosaurs. Yeah. So yeah. Jurassic Park 1's still my favorite. It's the only one that really holds like a really good place in my like in my memory, right? It's like the rest of them are just kind of like, yeah, they're there. But Jurassic Park 1 is like, it's compelling. Yeah. It's good. No, I agree. It's my favorot movie. So yeah. Word. But I'm excited for the next Jurassic Park. I watched a lot of stuff like while I was off. I started rewatching a bunch of The Office with my mom because she has never seen it before. Did she like it? Yeah, she was laughing. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Yes. And I also watched both Conjuring 1 and 2, but like Conjuring 2, I was like kind of just barely hanging on. Like I was like half engaged. That wasn't really that good. It's very slow, I find, at times. And they're both long movies. I was just like, well, Conjuring 1, though. Conjuring 1 held my like attention span. Like I feel like that movie is very tense, but it is slow moving, but it's like tense where like I'm compelled to keep watching it. Where the second one, I was just like, it's fine. I don't know. It's kind of all over the place. And I feel like it doesn't really have like a cohesive storyline. Like they try to do like the nun thing and the old man in the house thing. And like, it's just kind of all over the place. And I don't know. It just something about England kind of deters me from it too. Like, I don't know. It's just not as exciting for me. Yeah, I get you. Did you watch the third one? Yeah, it was fine. What's that? Did you watch Conjuring 3? No, we skipped it. Once we got through the second one, we were just like, that's enough. Yeah, the third one, it's all right, but I've seen the third one, I don't think. Well, it just came out last year or this year. I don't remember. I think it was this year. It was okay, but I don't know. Again, it wasn't great, and I really think they missed because they keep talking about the Amityville horror, like real life, thing in the movies. Like they keep bringing up Amityville,
And I really thought after the second one that they were going to do like a full Amityville like movie in the Conjuring universe type thing, and they just never touch on it. And I don't know if it's because they don't have the rights to actually do it. Like that might be owned by somebody else just because of the Amityville movies.
Yeah.
I mean, the Warrens are notorious for being complete frauds and, you know, skeptics or all the skeptics hate them, but like they're out for money, and you know, it is what it is. But
yeah, well, yeah, I kind of like mostly watched the first one, and then like the second one I was like,
yeah. I mean, I've seen them all. I've seen all the Annabelle movies. I've seen The Nun. You know, it is what it is.
I also spent the last couple of days watching a few more episodes of Always Sunny, season 11, 12. I can't remember which one I'm on, but the last
I think you said you were on 12, but I might be wrong.
The last one I watched was what was it? It was the skiing one.
The ski resort, yeah.
I like how they go down the run and they're like doing backflips and shit. You're just like, what the fuck? It's so funny. Yeah, it was really funny.
I don't know when the new season starts. I think it's done filming, so I assume it's supposed to be like a little later this year, maybe November or something like that. But it's definitely coming up.
Nice, yeah. The smut film one was a pretty funny one too. That was the one that came after it, I think. So I think that's where I left off. Was
I want to say that's season 12, but I might be wrong.
I think you might be right. I think it is season 12.
Yeah. So you got 2 more seasons after that.
Cool. Well, they're not long seasons. They're only like 12 episodes?
Yeah, 10 or 12. They're short, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been good. I've been getting to catch up on shit, and then like I still haven't started Squid Game. I need to do Squid Game because I heard it's pretty good. So
I watched it all. I don't know. It's without spoiling anything for people that haven't seen Squid Game. It's basically the premise is a Korean game show. Basically, I don't want to give anything away, but the first episode I thought was extremely compelling. Will you stop?
He's like, I want to be on camera, motherfucker.
Well, he doesn't like the new setup. He's mad that I'm not on the couch.
Oh, okay.
Here. He's mad that I'm not sitting with him so I can pet him and he can, be a jerk. But no, I don't know. I thought Squid Game was fine. It's not the second coming of Jesus like everybody's making it out to be. For it to be the number one show ever on Netflix is absurd. It's fine. It's I don't know. It's nothing original. Like there's other similar things.
Yeah. Wasn't it kind of just like Battle Royale? That's what somebody told me. It's kind of like Battle Royale.
It's Korean Hunger Games.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever. I'll probably still watch it. And then the other thing I need to still get around to watching is I've been meaning to watch it since before my mom came, and we just never got around to it. Was Free Guy, because it's on Star.
I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, I haven't either.
I know it's on Disney Plus now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I've kind of been in the horror mode, so I haven't really watched like comedies or anything like that. Like outside of a couple TV shows, I've been watching is horror films. So. Spooky season. I can't stop myself.
I get it. That's why we watched Conjuring, and then once we watched the second one, we were like, yeah, I think we're good now.
Yeah, so I mean, speaking of horror films, like I watched Halloween Kills this week. This dog is gonna murder me. Will you stop? I watched Halloween Kills. It's a sequel to. Hold on.
That's fucking great. That's so typical of a dog, too. In fairness, I would expect it from a cat, probably, as well. They're kind of dicks.
There.
Well,
I gave him a treat. Maybe I'll shut him up. It will for like 15 minutes while he chews on it.
Okay.
Yeah, Halloween Kills is okay. It's a sequel to the 2018 like Halloween reboot kind of thing, which is, I don't know. It was what it was. Everybody loved the 2018 Halloween. I thought it was fine. I didn't think it was anything to like, whoa, like it wasn't anything crazy to me. But I thought Halloween Kills was honestly pretty weak overall. It's obviously setting up the third part of the trilogy that comes out next year. I think it's called Halloween Ends. I don't know. It just felt like a middling sequel that really wasn't trying to do anything too original and basically just set up the third movie. Like it didn't blow me out of the water in any means. It was pretty graphic at times, which I was like, whoa, man, they're really taking that up a notch. But overall, like the storyline, I wasn't like, oh wow, they're really nailing Halloween right now. Like,
I mean,
if you've seen Halloween, it's Halloween.
In fairness,
Yeah.
what could you do to a storyline like that would really feel natural enough to be good? Like,
no, I mean, you're right. Like, it's the 12th Halloween movie. Like, at this point, you've done pretty much everything you can do with the character. But if you really wanted to, like, end the franchise, I don't know why, like, this was a part of the story. Like, why wouldn't you just do the one last year that was, like, a direct sequel to the original and then end the franchise with the one next year? And then that was it. Like, but they obviously want to keep this fucking thing going. And next year will be the 13th movie, so it's kind of like, ooh, Friday the 13th, Halloween 13.
Yeah. Maybe it'll come out on a Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I don't know. I assume that's the point, but like, I don't know. It was fine. And then I watched Candyman as well, the new Candyman movie that came out earlier this year. It was okay. It was good. I think it was better than Halloween Kills, to be honest. But again, it wasn't anything that was like as far as horror goes. Like, it was fine. I enjoyed it.
I don't, I haven't watched any, like, I don't know, I guess, I mean, my taste in music and movies it's changed so much, right? And it's just like, like, for me, the way I kind of look at it is like, if it can't keep my attention, I just won't subject, I just don't have the time to, like, give my time to something that I'm not enjoying. It's just like,
no, totally.
Right? And it's just, it is what it is, but.
Well, the thing with horror, right, is like, they're all like, I mean, there's very few like really well done horror films, right? Like,
I agree.
A lot of them are pretty cheesy. A lot of the older ones are very cheesy.
Yep.
To come up with like a new original idea is like few and far between. And like I there's a lot of horror movies I love, but like if somebody was like, is this like in your top 10 movies? Like there's very, very few.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like I said, it's spooky season, so I'm going to watch a ton of horror films. But
that makes sense.
Outside of October, I prefer something that makes me less tense, and it's just, it's not my favorite genre anymore. It used to be, but it just isn't.
Yeah. I feel like horror movies are kind of like action figures for me, and they're completely based in nostalgia. Like it's just like like the horror stuff that I love. It's like, I love it because I watched it when I was a kid so much and I was just so into it. And it's like, I know that most of the horror movies that I loved when I was a kid, I've revisited in the last 5 to 8 years. And it's like, none of it holds up. Like none of it. No. Like really.
No, I agree with you.
I shouldn't say other than like, Scream, I guess I would say Scream holds up, but
yeah, Scream holds up very, very well.
Yeah.
There's a few. I mean, more recent movies that I would like I did a whole podcast on it, but like Cabin in the Woods is still, I think, a really, really fun film.
Yeah, I've been meaning to rewatch that one too, actually, just because I only watched it the first time I saw it, and like it didn't leave a lasting impact on me like it did everybody else. So
yeah,
like, I don't even really remember it. Like I kind of remember it, but like I don't like really remember. So.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. If you go back to any like the 80s, like, Halloween movies or
Chainsaw Massacre 2000, that's a good one. I kind of remember that one.
It's brutal.
Yeah,
Chainsaw Massacre 2000, or the sequel, which was like, I don't know, 2002.
Yeah.
It's very, very, very hard to watch just out of the brutality of it. Like, it's fucking brutal.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy. But I remember it. Like, it stands in my memory. Because it's like
same.
Yeah. Ugh. That part when he takes her down the stairs and you see the nails break.
Yeah. That was my biggest problem with the new Candyman movie. Is there's a lot of hand stuff where he's like pulling apart pieces of his hand and stuff, and I'm like,
no,
I don't dig on that. Like, no, thank you, sir.
Yeah, it's a hard pass for me. That's Like
Yeah.
that's the thing is
But-
with horror movies is like the more we get of the same thing, the thing that makes them great is that they're so different. But then it's like I'll use, and I know we don't really see eye to eye on this with Saw, because I know you like the majority of the Saw movies to a certain level, but it's like I thought Saw 1 was literally like brilliant. And then like Saw 2 was just like kind of the same, but like a little bit different. And then like everything after that, I was just like, this is just like a spin on Saw. And like the thing that I thought made Saw so unique was like it just that hadn't been done before in that genre. So it was like, they don't hold to me. Like the only when I love think of Saw, even though I think I've seen 1 to 5, is like the only thing I remember is Saw 1 and Needle Pit and Saw 2, and that's it. I don't remember anything else.
Yeah, no, I love the first 3 Saw films. I think the first 3 are where like they really nailed having a twist that worked for the film and having like a compelling kind of sequel storyline. But after Saw 3, I think it really falls apart. Like between 4 and 8 or whatever the fuck we're at now, they're all kind of the same movies. I mean, they're just graphic murder porn, with vague storylines. But like, it's not the first 3 are where it's at,
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
He finished his treat. Now he's back for.
He's back for more, baby. I meant to mention it when we were talking about, like when I was talking earlier, but the other thing I finished finally after it's all done now is Only Murder in the Building.
Right.
It's pretty cool, man. It was a good ending. It finished like the final part of the season. It was really good. Yeah. I feel like you would like it because you like it's comedy-ish. I mean, it is comedy.
Yeah.
But it's it's also like murder mystery. It's pretty cool. Like it's like
that's what's compelling about it is the murder mystery aspect. I don't like the actors in it.
Yeah, I know you don't like Steve what's his name? I don't
Steve
remember.
Martin
and Martin Short.
Yeah, I don't like either of them.
Yeah.
And it's what, Selena Gomez too or something?
Yeah. And honestly, man, like they don't play a character that you don't know. Like you'll see it and you'll be like, oh, that's Steve Martin's character as it is, and that's Martin Short's character as it is.
Yeah.
He keeps running away when you get up, doesn't he?
He's driving me nuts.
Look at how fancy this box is. Ooh.
There he is. Here's the jerk.
Hey, Ben. Shut your mouth. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so also I've been watching Succession season 3 since it started. I don't know if you watched Succession at all, but that show's so good. And
isn't that like that's the one that you were telling me about how like the people are like the fucking worst, right? Is that the one you were talking about? Oh yeah,
everybody's terrible. It's like basically it's like the Trump family almost. Like it's like they're a filthy rich media family basically that the father is basically like trying to figure out who's going to succeed him as like the head of the company basically, and he has 3 kids who also have significant others, and it's basically they're all trying to backstab each other to figure out who's going to run the company in the future, and they're all doing like shitty things behind each other's back but pretending that they like each other, and like protecting their father, but only when it serves them to protect their father, and they can like basically one up one of the other siblings, and like so on and so forth. But it's really, really well done. It's really, really well acted, and it's funny as fuck. It makes me laugh so hard. Like it's really well done. So
HBO, right?
Just started that.
That's HBO.
Yeah, it's HBO. Yeah, and then What We Do in the Shadows. Season 3 is still going. It's really, really good too. I'm almost done. I think it's one more episode next week, but show's fucking phenomenal. I can't recommend.
I need to get back on that. I need to get on it in general. I haven't seen any of the show, so it's just because it's not.
You'll love it. It's right up your alley.
Yeah, I know it. We love the movie, so
yeah, it's right up your alley. You'll find it hilarious. It's really, really well done.
Nice. Taika's also directing that Reservation Dogs show that we've been watching. That's on Star as well.
I saw that. He tweeted about it.
Oh, did he? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny. There was an episode we just again we didn't watch them when my mom was here, so like this week we caught up and there was like 3 episodes of one and 2 episodes of the other, so we got to like catch up. Like do actually like one night we just did like all of the only murders in the building, and the next night we did all the reservation dogs, and yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I definitely have to hop on both of those. I'm in horror mode right now. I need November to come, so I got a little more.
I get it. That's Chris, who at A&R. He's like Mr. Horror. He fucking loves it. He's been all over that shit too. So,
other than that, we both seen the Bond movie, so we should probably talk about that.
We can talk about that like a little bit in a little bit of detail. I don't really have a lot to say because I don't really know it, but like I saw it, so like I can talk about what I saw.
Did you like it?
Yeah. Are we gonna do spoilers? Because like for me, it'd be way better if we could talk about it when we can speak openly about it.
Yeah. So, No Time to Die, the new Bond film.
We're gonna talk spoilers for a minute or six.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I enjoyed it.
You go.
It's a Bond film. I don't think it changed anything dramatically, like in the universe. Or, like I can't say like,
doesn't it?
Oh man, this is the best Bond ever.
Doesn't it though? To me, it does change everything.
Nah, it depends where they go with it, right? Like, this is Daniel Craig's last movie. If they want to, they can go, we need to hard reboot this again. We're getting, obviously they're going to have to get a new Bond in, but like, they could go so many different directions with it, or they can just pretend, okay, we're just going to move in a completely new direction and none of this matters. Like it wouldn't surprise me if they went either way.
Is that normal in the Bond? Like, I don't Bond, so like, I don't really know. Like, is that normal? Well, like when they switch actors, is it like a start over, or is it just like a continuation, but it's just like loosely continued?
Depends. They've done both. Like, sometimes they don't even touch on it. It's just like basically a new Bond. They carry on.
Okay, so have they ever
a new movie?
Have they ever spoiler? Have they ever killed James Bond in a James Bond movie before?
Not that I can remember, but like Casino Royale was like basically a reboot, right, of James Bond after the Pierce Brosnan movies. Like Casino Royale was basically like, hey, we're starting square one with a new Bond. He's going to be like a younger Bond that, this is like his first real mission as, becoming 00, basically. And I still think Casino Royale is like the best. I think it's my favorite Bond film, but I think like I said, like they can go in different directions with it, and obviously spoilers, but like either they can continue on with the black woman that is now the 007 in this last movie.
Yeah.
They could carry her on as the new 007, and that could be a take they do. They could fast forward like a decade or 15 years or something like that and have like his daughter be like an up and coming new spy within the agency, like taking her father's footsteps and doing that route. Or they could just basically go, hey, we found a new actor in 5 years, this new young actor that hasn't done a whole lot, but we think like he could be the next Bond. And we're just going to leave all this stuff from this franchise like in the past, and we're just going to carry on as like, here's the new Bond and here's the new story, and away we go.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's the hardest thing for me to just put together because like I don't really know James Bond. So, but like to me, like again, I saw a bunch of people jump in here, so we're talking spoilers for the new James Bond movie. If you don't want to hear this, then just turn it off for a second. But to me, when they killed him at the end, I was like, damn, that seems like pretty final. Like, but I guess if that's like if they're just gonna come back next time, we're like, hey, it's Bond, James Bond, I'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I feel like cheap as fuck, man.
So I think in a way they could do it as like we could recast Bond and carry on the storyline as like, here's the new Bond, here's the new 007. You're going to carry on the code name of James Bond, basically. And, here we go. But they could also do it in a way where they want to carry on the legacy of this Bond and then have like his daughter take over or something like that. Like, I think that would be an interesting take too. But the fact that they killed him off, I assume, was part of the reason Daniel Craig came back for this film. Like, because he didn't want to do another Bond film. And my assumption is they told him, here's the script, and maybe he liked it or whatever, but I think he also probably said, I want to die at the end of this film. Like, make sure that I am not doing another Bond film. You know? Kind of like Harrison Ford for Star Wars, where he's like, you should have fucking killed me off 5 movies ago. Like, if I come back, I'm dying. I think that was probably why Daniel Craig came back. But
yeah, I don't know. Like, I thought it was pretty action packed. Like, I was, again, just because to be honest, like, most of the movies I actually like just pay attention to are just like superhero movies, really. I don't watch a ton more outside of that. But like, I don't really do a lot of action because I kind of get my fill from superheroes. So, but I thought it was pretty fucking action packed. But I did think it was like way too long. Like no, I agree. 45 minutes too long, probably. Like,
yeah, I think the middle dragged.
That's an understatement.
The opening hour I thought was really fun, really action packed. I really liked where it was going, and then it really slowed down for like 45 minutes to an hour, and then it picked back up again for like the last 45 minutes. I think if there's like a very good hour and 50 to 2 hour movie built in this movie, that would have been a lot more, fast and whatever. But overall, I think it was good. I think it was a little slow and it felt long. Like, sitting in the theater, I was like, wow, this is really long. I kept looking at my clock going like, how much longer is this fucking film, man? But yeah, I enjoyed it. Mercury asked in the chat there, I never got into 007 movie, should I? And I say yes, hesitantly. Like, I think personally I would start with the Daniel Craig movies and start at Casino Royale and go forward. If you enjoy those and you like those movies, keeping in mind that Quantum of Solace is the worst of the 5, so if you really enjoy Casino Royale, be prepared that Quantum of Solace is not very good. If you enjoy those, I would go back to the Pierce Brosnan movies and watch, GoldenEye. GoldenEye is like considered one of the best 007 films.
I don't know if I've even ever seen GoldenEye. I don't think I have.
GoldenEye's great, but the rest of the Pierce Brosnan movies are not very good.
Okay.
And then maybe go back if you're stoked on James Bond after that, then go back to like the Sean Connery films and just keep in mind that they're going to be very dated after they're 70s and 80s films, so they're going to feel very dated.
That segues into like my next kind of top conversation about this was like, how cool would it be for them to film something now that was set in like the 70s? And because like, think of how cool it would be to like not have technology. Like, I feel like part of the charm of like a super spy is like he has all this cool and crazy tech that like, how fun would that be to be able to see like a modern day take on something set in the 70s?
No, I totally agree.
A series of James Bond movies that are set, and then that way you could, if you wanted to keep James Bond, spoilers.
Yeah.
If you wanted to keep James Bond dead, like he dies in this movie, then you could like, if you wanted to bring him back after, like, say they take a crack at like a female James Bond after this or whatever, or a female 007, then you could go back to like the 70s and like have James Bond again, and you could build up that franchise. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it would be cool to see something like that. Like, it would be cool to see like modern day, like comic book movie kind of themes, like that sort of thing being used in action films and stuff like that. Not necessarily like sci-fi aspects, but just like, like doing like more of a period piece where it's like, like I think of like Captain Marvel as like a period piece in a sense, right? It's like, it's still building the world, but it's like,
Well, after the movie, I said to my friend Brian that I went with, I said like, it'd be interesting if they brought this back to like a 60s or 70s film where the tech wasn't as, insane, and you could do like a very cool spy thriller, movie. It's the same as war films, right? Like in the 70s, 80s, 90s, not everybody had a cell phone. You weren't a text away from getting somebody, if you're in horror film situation where somebody's stalking you or whatever, well, it's pretty easy to call your parents or call the cops or, get away or text a friend or whatever the case may be.
Yep.
And I think it's really hard for horror films to like rectify that is it's too easy to connect with people now. So the thing is, oh, I don't have cell signal or, whatever. My cell phone died. And now I'm stuck.
That's a convenient plot point.
Right. Exactly. And I agree with James Bond. Like, yeah, the technology we have also makes it super interesting, but Mission Impossible is doing the same thing. It's like super high tech, spy thriller, basically superhero almost, action film, and taking James Bond back to like a period piece of like the 70s, I think would be a super interesting take. Is like,
me too.
Let's get 70s cars, 70s, clothing, and so on and so forth, and then just be stuck in the 70s via tech and bring it back to more of like a secret agent spy.
Yeah, that'd be sick, man. Like even I would get into that, I think.
Yeah, I think it'd be really interesting. And like maybe just do a spin-off too. Is like you can do like a new James Bond set in the 70s and then also carry on the Daniel Craig franchise with like maybe his daughter or whatever in the sequel and go like, oh, we're gonna have a female James Bond set present day, but we're also gonna bring a new James Bond set in the 70s in like, an espionage thriller or whatever. Like they could go along with it.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see if they like it'd be cool to see, I think, if they did something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, overall I thought it was pretty good.
Did you watch that Uncharted trailer?
Oh, fuck, nope, I didn't. I was watching What If when you texted me, so I didn't. I was like, I'll watch it right after.
No, I was curious your take on it because, like, I'm a huge video game fan, right? So, judging the movie based off of my time with the video games, like I've played all 6, I guess technically video games. It looks like Uncharted the video game at a lot of different parts of the trailer. It also looks very, very CGI at times, where like Tom Holland especially looks very rubbery. Like I don't know how much. I don't know if this movie's like done or if like they're still working on like the CG, shit.
Like, is he like a monster or something? I thought he was just a human.
He is, but like they're like, these huge action set pieces where he's like falling out of an airplane and like stuff like that, where like clearly they didn't actually make Tom Holland fall out of an airplane. And yeah, it just looks very CG at a few scenes apparently they recreated the cargo plane scene and I'm wrong, but I don't know. It looks very CG at a couple scenes in that trailer. I was like, whoa. It looks like a piece of rubber.
I'll watch it.
It's also very weird because like in the movie or in the game, like Nathan Drake, who Tom Holland's playing, is like, in his mid to late 20s probably, I would guess. Maybe early 30s by the last game. And in this trailer, he looks like he's like 17, like Tom Holland. And then like, basically he has like a partner in the game that like, his name's Sully, who's like an older man who basically is like also like a thief and kind of is like his like mentor or whatever. And in the game, like Sully's like a 60, 70-year-old man. Like he's like an old man. And in the movie, it's Mark Wahlberg, who's like, 40. So it's just very weird that like they're so young in this movie that like I'm like, I don't know, it just doesn't really look like the characters. But obviously they want to make this franchise like a long-term thing. And so they want to keep the actor young and so they could do 3 sequels to this in the next 10 years.
Wasn't Mark Wahlberg originally supposed to play the person Tom Holland's playing?
I think that was rumored. I don't know. I think when they casted it originally, they thought that was the case and that maybe Tom Holland was just going to play like a younger version of him in like flashbacks or something like that. But it's supposed to be set before the games. But I mean, obviously, like the cargo plane thing is taken like right out of the video game. Like,
I've got it playing on my iPad on mute right next to me, so I'm just kind of waiting to see this airplane part here. So.
Yeah, no, there's like a few scenes in the trailer where I'm like, he looks like a piece of rubber. Like he looks like Neo in the second Matrix movie. But
so do you think it's going to be good?
I'm skeptical because Tom Holland has shit on this movie personally a few times in interviews.
Yeah, I heard him shit on the movie. Oh, here he's falling out of he's falling out of the plane right now. Let's see. Kind of looks like Spider-Man.
Yeah, it looks like he's taking what he learned from Spider-Man and putting that into Nathan Drake, like in his like movements and in his like athletic ability kind of thing. Like, I don't know.
It does. I mean, I'm looking at it without volume or without any type of context because I can't hear what's going on or the story. But
sure.
I don't know. I mean, it looks. I guess now that he's free falling, I can kind of see what you're saying about the limmy. He's very limmy. He's like big limbs.
There's another scene. I can't remember what scene it is, but there is a scene where he looks like very CGI. But I don't know. I hope it's good because I think it'd be a fun. I mean, it's basically Indiana Jones meets a modern day, National Treasure or something like that. Like they're all very similar type movies, but I think it'd be fun for people to get into the franchise through the movie and then maybe want to go back and play the video games. It's the same as like the new Last of Us show. I'm like, I'm stoked for people to see it just because it's my favorite video game, and then people may get into it via the show. So
right, yeah, totally. But, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, we probably talk about What If because we're almost 50 minutes into this.
Yeah, we can talk about What If.
What do you think?
I fucking really liked it. I will say that I didn't like the finale as much as I liked the pre-finale. Like I thought episode 8 was the best episode. I thought 9 was good. But the thing I liked about episode 9, the finale, was like I liked that it was just action. It was like, here's 5 minutes of story. We're not going to really explain it. We're just going to say this is what's up, and then we're just going to blow your mind with visuals for the next 30 minutes. And I was like, all right, I'm okay with that, especially because the visuals were like pretty, like it looked good.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think the finale felt rushed, but then I read that there was supposed to be another episode and they got it cut because of COVID. So, that makes a lot of sense. I thought like you said, the second to last episode was a much better episode than the finale, but I enjoyed the finale. I would say it's probably like my second or third favorite episode of the series. I like where it headed. I like that we were right for, the first 4 or 5 episodes. All me and you talked about is like, this has to come into like a cohesive end where they tie all this back together. There's like a new Avengers team, like all this stuff has to happen, and we were spot on with all of that. And so I pat myself on the back as well as pat you on the back and rub your belly.
Mm-hmm. And rub your belly?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, exactly. Overall, I thought it was a fine show. I don't think it's the best. I think it's the worst of the 4 shows, but
yeah, me too. I agree with that. But again, I think, as I said before, it's hard to compare because they're just not.
Yeah, it is.
They're not in line with one another. Like it's just you can't compare.
But yeah, overall, like I mean, am I craving the second season? No. I would still prefer if it was live action or whatever, but for what it was fine. I enjoyed it. The last, 3 or 4 episodes, I think were way better than the first 3 or 4 episodes, but overall it was fine. I like that it had kind of a cohesive storyline by the end, and I hope it carries on some way into like live action. Like I hope they bring the Watcher into the live action. I think it'd be cool.
I feel like in time we'll probably see that. I feel like maybe he'll show up one time where like you don't expect it, right? Because it's like now that he's been introduced, there may come a point in like a big level event where like, the chips are down for the good guys and all of a sudden he kind of steps in to kind of save the day, maybe. I don't know. But
I'm thinking end credit scene.
You're thinking end credit scene?
Yeah, like I'm thinking like Doctor Strange into the Multiverse of Madness or something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
They have like an end credit scene where the Watcher was watching all the multiverse stuff and he's just in like in a credit scene of like, whatever. I don't know exactly what they would be setting up that way, but like, even maybe if he sees like something like the next huge villain or whatever they may be, getting ready for, as he's watching from afar all the multiversal stuff, and then sees the next huge villain coming in and going, I gotta step in or something, and then boom,
maybe
end credits, and then you're waiting for the next big team up or whatever for him to actually be a part of. But
I liked it a lot. I thought the visuals were really good. I thought like the whole show overall was and like we've said this a few times, it's just like it's hard to place them because like they don't really have relevance. Like they do, but like not really though. Like to the main line, right? To the main. So yeah, but I mean like there's some stuff here where like I would love to see, like I would love for them to bring back Ultron down the road, but it be like that version. Like that would be amazing. That would be so fucking amazing to see that in live action. And like talk about being able to one up Thanos. Like that.
Well, not just that, but I think it's pretty conclusively that Age of Ultron is the worst of the Avengers movies. Right?
Yes, I would agree with that.
And Marvel is now setting up a pretty big thing where they go back and fix their worst movies and make them better through like, flashback scenes or side stories or whatever in future things. So it would not surprise me if through the Multiverse of Madness or some other future Marvel film dealing with the multiverse is that they brought in this version of Ultron into, our version of the Avengers or whatever. And it is another, huge battle or whatever. Like, if they're willing to bring in Dr. Octopus and like all these ex-Spider-Man villains into the new Spider-Man film, I think they're going to be more than willing to bring back villains of the past that we think are defeated but are back in a new multiverse.
Yeah, me too. I don't think anything's off the table at this point. Like I feel like
even like the Black Widow thing, right? Like if there wasn't that huge falling out between Disney and her, I really feel like
they're good now though. They're good now. Everything's good. She's even starring in a Disney movie again. Everything's good. They've settled.
Okay, well then I would not be surprised if she's back.
Yeah, I mean the thing is if you give me the Black Widow that we got in episode 9, like that version, in the MCU, I'd be all for that because she was fucking badass. Not that I just thought Natasha didn't really do enough in the MCU. Like I like Scarlett Johansson. I mean, I like Scarlett Johansson mostly, but like I didn't really find her character overly compelling, really.
Nor did I, but I just think, like, obviously them bringing her in on What If through the multiverse and bringing her back into our timeline where our version of her is dead, like, it totally felt like, if they're willing to do that in What If, they're definitely willing to do that in future movies or whatever. Like nothing's off the table. Any dead characters coming back, and like even like seeing like the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 stuff with what's his face, Drax.
Oh yeah, Dave Bautista.
Yeah, he's saying like he doesn't want to do another one. This is his last film. Blah 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 blah. Then he's out of the universe. Whatever. 10 years from now, if they're on Guardian 6 and his movie career's dried up a little bit and Disney offers him $20 million to do another Guardians movie, I could totally see him being back.
Me too. But the cool thing is you could bring something like that back and you could put him in something that's a costume that's more classically inspired. And like people would be all the fuck over that, right? So it's like
not just that, but if they don't kill him off in the third Guardians film, like if he just steps away and like whatever, maybe him and Mantis actually like, hey, we're gonna do like we're gonna go live together off planet and whatever, and they just let him walk off into the sunset as like he's kind of found peace with his family being gone and starts a new family or whatever. If you don't kill off characters, it's very easy to just say like, hey, if you want to come back down the line, the door's open and away we go, And I think that's kind of where this is the perfect time for Marvel is they killed off basically every villain in every film that they faced, like
they always had like, oh, that character's dead at the end of the film, that character's dead at the end of the, whatever, Iron Man, Iron Man 2, you know, so on and so forth. And now the door's open. It's like, oh yeah, Red Skull's back in fucking Infinity War, or you know, whatever. Like,
yeah,
they clearly know that they made a bad decision with killing off all these characters, and it's some of them weren't done to fan satisfaction, and now they can say, well, we're going to bring them back. We're going to find a way to, you know, leave the door open on these characters.
Yeah. Because there's some villains I'd love to see more of. I'd love to see more Ronan the Accuser, for sure. I'd love to see more Ultron, especially if it's the one we just saw in What If.
But even Red Skull, like, I think Red Skull would be awesome modern day.
So underrated and like so underused in First Avenger.
As if like some way he found a way off of whatever planet he was on in Infinity War or Endgame or whatever.
Vormir?
Yeah. And like all of a sudden, like our new Captain America, he's like, fuck it, I'm coming back to Earth and I'm fucking up this new Captain America or whatever. Like,
he's like, if you're the only Captain America, then I'm gonna fuck you up.
No, exactly. Like, I think that'd make an interesting fourth film if we brought back Red Skull.
That'd be awesome.
The door's open.
I'd be down with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm down for, like I said, like I trust in what they're doing, so I don't. You know, there's going to be things that don't speak to me. It's like even Eternals, right? Like Eternals is not really speaking to me. Like I think the last trailer was fine, but it's like I'm not excited. Like, you know, I bought my tickets already, but I mean, I'm not excited for it. I just bought them so that way I could make sure I saw it opening night. But like,
yeah, no, I
don't really not like.
I feel the exact same way. I'm not itching to go see this movie, and I hope it blows me out of the water. But
me
like,
too.
Nothing about this movie was like compelling to me. Like the last trailer was the best trailer for it, but like
that doesn't say anything. The one before it was nothing. So like
but I'm not itching to see it, and like I'm way more excited for Spider-Man than I am for the Eternal.
Me too. Fuck all the rest. Did you see that? Did you see that interview with Tom Holland? I think it was Tom Holland and Andrew Garfield, or maybe the other two weren't there. I thought maybe they were there. It was just a clip that I saw. But basically a guy interviewing him asks like, "Oh, is there a universe where your Spider-Man and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man exist in the same spot?" And you just see him looking like to both the sides, like looking like, what do I say? Like,
yeah. See, I wonder how much of Tom Holland is actually Tom Holland, or how much Disney's saying, we know you spoil everything and we're totally cool with it because people love you. So like, this is just totally a marketing pull, as any time Tom Holland does an interview or is on a talk show or whatever, they know that he's going to say something that he's not probably supposed to say, but they also know that it just drives people to the movie anyway and ups Tom Holland's like star quality or whatever. So I think they're okay with it at this point.
Mercury More Custom says, I'm actually really excited for Eternals. What makes you excited? Just out of curiosity, what is there something that speaks to you about that? I'm curious. Like, there are some cool visuals, like that part where that bus flips over and the guy touches it and it just turns to rose petals. I thought that looked really cool. Like, I do think it's gonna be a visually attractive show, but like, yeah,
it looks like
there's nothing about the story that's making me be like, oh, buddy.
Yeah, no, I would love to know that too. And like, maybe Mercury, are you like a fan of the comics and know a lot about it and know like maybe the story they're telling, or like what exactly is compelling to you about it? I personally know nothing about the comics, so I have zero attachment to anything going on in this film other than as part of the MCU.
Yeah, same here.
I think some of the acting choices and stuff is interesting. Like I'm excited to see a lot of these actors join the MCU, but nothing I've seen so far has made me go like, that's a must-see movie, other than I have to see it because it's the next MCU movie, and it will be podcast topic of that week, you know?
Yeah, that's literally where I'm at. Like, if it wasn't an MCU movie, I'd be skipping this. Yeah.
So I think that week, I'm going to try to see it Friday night, just like you, or Thursday night, whatever you go see it, but I don't think we should spoil it that actual Friday. Like, I think we should wait for the following week.
I agree.
Yeah. So maybe we'll just give our brief opinion on it or something that Friday, and then
that's a good
the following week we'll do a full spoiler cast on it.
Yeah, I'm down with that. That works for me.
Okay.
Yeah. Mercury More Custom says, I just think it's nice to see a new team, new characters to meet. I like the contrast they have to the Avengers. I feel like the MCU has been too Avengers focused, and I love seeing stuff brought into the universe. That's fair.
Yeah, no. I think it definitely, the MCU needs like a shakeup of new characters and new personalities and everything like that. But I don't know. It's like when Ant-Man came out, right? Like before Ant-Man came out, I was like, I know nothing about Ant-Man really. I know little bits and tidbits from the comics, but like I have no emotional attachment to the character. I don't really think he's that compelling as a character. I like Paul Rudd. We'll see what happens in this film. And I ended up, I think it's a funny film. I don't think it's like top notch MCU, but I found it compelling. And I feel kind of the same way with the Eternals. Is like, I don't know the comics. I like some of the actor choices in the movie, but like nothing about this film's going like, oh fuck, I can't wait for this film. Like, obviously, when it's a new franchise, it makes it less compelling because you're not familiar with what they're doing. So like, obviously, I'm going to be more excited for Spider-Man, excited for Doctor Strange too.
Yes, because we have history with them. Yeah,
yeah, the new Thor movie, etc. But
yeah, I just had a memory blank. What I was going to say. That's too bad. I actually think I had something good to say.
Yeah, well,
maybe it'll come back to me.
Yeah, I mean, we should probably talk too while we're on this topic of they delayed every Marvel film.
You guys are going to have to get used to us just filling air because we're going to have nothing to talk about for 6 months.
Yeah, I mean, so I wrote it down just so if people didn't see this, they delayed basically the rest of Phase 4 after Spider-Man. So, Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness is delayed from March to May. Thor Love and Thunder is delayed from May to July. Black Panther Wakanda Forever is delayed from July to November. And then Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania is delayed from February 17th, 2023 to July 2023. And then there's an untitled Marvel film that they didn't say what it actually was, but it got moved from November 10th to November 3rd. So it's actually moving up a week. But that basically means that between Black Panther and Ant-Man, we are having a almost 8-month period without a Marvel film.
Yeah, something will go there, I'm sure. I think
it will be the shows.
Yeah, I do too. I think shows will be helping keep
but I assume it's because of COVID and delays in shooting and delays in finishing films and so on and so forth. But like by February 2023, you got to think they can catch up. Like that's 15 months away. So the fact that they're delaying that movie literally 5 months is like, seems like a lot. Like that's the first movie outside of COVID in whatever, 2020, 2021. This is the first time they're not going to have a first weekend of May, like launch of a movie. It's like, you're going from November 11th to July 28th. That's a
pretty big
span of time.
Yeah, that's like old school MCU. That was like, we were getting like one every like 16 months.
That's what shocked me most about the delays. Is like, moving Doctor Strange March to May sucks in a way because that's basically, we're getting a 5-month break between Spider-Man and Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
My assumption is they want to push The Mandalorian or not Mandalorian, Boba Fett season 1 or whatever. They want to give that time to breathe on Disney Plus. My assumption is they're going to have She-Hulk or something, right after that in like February or March, and then maybe have another show start right after that.
I think Miss Marvel's before. I think Miss Marvel's before She-Hulk. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So my assumption is those two shows are going to be ready to go early next year, and that's why they want to give those time to breathe, and then have the movie start right after that. But basically, unless that happens, we're going to have like a 5-month period without, MCU chat really going on in the pod.
Yeah. So we'll have to figure out something there, but we'll figure something out. It'll be good.
Oh yeah, no, I mean,
one episode will just be one episode can just be an hour of Finn barking.
Oh yeah, everybody would love that.
Look at that face. He's so fucking cute.
He is adorable, but man, is he a jerk.
He's like hardcore side-eyeing. He was side-eyeing earlier, and it was pretty cute.
Oh, he always does. I can tell exactly how he feels emotionally just from his eyes, because he has the most emotional eyes ever.
That's the dachshund in him. That's the dachshund in him for sure.
Yeah. But man, he can be a jerk.
Oh, little guy. That's also the dachshund in him.
Yeah. But we will also have the Batman come out early next year.
I will definitely be seeing that. That looks fucking fantastic.
That new trailer, man.
Even I'm like,
so good.
That looks fucking great.
Yeah, I can't wait for that movie.
I didn't really think anything of that Flash one, though. All I thought of when I saw the Flash trailer was you really need to have Batman. You need 2 Batman in this in order to sell a Flash movie. Like, that's fucking sad.
Well, because they're doing Flashpoint, right?
I know they are, but still.
I think the fact that they're bringing back Michael Keaton as Batman is dope. Like, I can't...
Yeah, I'm not shitting on that. Michael Keaton is one of the best Batmans for sure, but it's just like, it makes me laugh because it's like the best thing to come out of the Flash trailer is Batman, is Michael Keaton.
Oh, totally.
Right? And it's just like...
But that's going to be the reboot of the DCEU, right? I mean, that's the way they're going to get around of all these movies are still canon, but we're going to recast basically everybody.
See, to me though, like, that is a humongous red flag for a potential disaster, because here they are focusing on the thing that they always try to focus on, which is trying to make all this stuff. They're trying to make it complete like the MCU, and it's like, it doesn't matter what you do. You guys, you don't get it. They don't get that you have to put the time in order for that to work. Like, you can't just make a movie come out and be like, okay, now this all's going to make sense because, time travel or whatever, or universe merging or whatever.
Right. I see what you're saying, but I also think they have learned. I think this is part of the reason that they may have learned. I mean, obviously we won't know until after this movie, but I think they're realizing that they made a huge mistake not having a Flash movie pre Justice League or, Cyborg or whatever. And I think they're realizing, like, no, these franchises need time to build and breathe. And I wouldn't be shocked by the end of the Flash movie if Robert Pattinson's Batman now becomes, DCEU Batman, even though they say that it's not, it's a standalone thing. It wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
I think they want time to breathe for all these characters before they do another Justice League film. So I think that's why we're getting a Flash film. And I think that's why we got shown Aquaman 2 and Wonder Woman 3 and this Batman film and, like, Black Adam and, all these characters is like, I think they want all these franchises to build before they do Justice League 2. And they know if they make Justice League 2 and it's shit, they're done. They're screwed. But
the thing is it'll just come back. Like, that's the thing. Like, see, I don't agree with that. Like, they need to focus on making a couple good movies first. Like,
well, they have.
I know it's getting better. I know I haven't seen Suicide Squad, but I know I've heard it's good, and I believe
Suicide Squad's awesome. The first Wonder Woman movie's awesome. I really liked Shazam.
I actually thought Shazam was okay. Yeah.
There's 3 or 4 good DCU movies, and I think this Batman is going to be amazing. But
I do too.
This is their opportunity to basically go, okay, we're recasting Batman. Here's why we're recasting Batman. It's because Flashpoint is going to erase our version of Batman, and we're going to show Michael Keaton, and then it's all going to reset. Whether they want to keep Henry Cavill or not, we'll see. Maybe I assume that if they're going to keep Cyborg, they're obviously going to have to recast it over all the drama that happened with that actor. So there's their opportunity to recast that. Like, then they could bring in Green Lantern or something like that on top of it. There's easy ways to fix all these issues.
I just don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I think in the hands of the right people, maybe, but I feel like I don't have faith that.
No, they've given you no reason to have faith, though.
Yeah, I feel like focusing on that aspect, it's like, okay, this is gonna be a Flash movie. You want us to get to know this character, like, let's focus on him. Like, why do we have to bring I know he's ripe for it, and I understand he's the character to do it. I get that, but to me, this reeks of Amazing Spider-Man 2. Sorry, but like, it's just like.
But see, I don't think Michael Keaton's going to be like a huge part of the film. I think.
Isn't there like a rumor that he gets like beaten to death or something crazy like
awesome.
that? Because like, isn't there like an image floating around of like his cowl like destroyed and all bloodied and shit like that on the ground? I'm pretty sure I saw a picture or something.
But that'd be dope.
Yeah. I don't know if that's true. I mean, definitely don't take my word for it. I don't go looking for DC news, but I'm pretty sure I saw an image, and I'm pretty sure I heard that rumor that like he either gets beaten to death or like gets his ass whooped in a humongous way.
That'd be cool, man. I would love that. Like, I don't know. I think they clearly know the tone that they need to go forward as a darker, more adult version of Marvel. I think that's what they've always been trying to get, but I think they finally found it with the Batman. They're getting the right directors in, they're getting the right casting in. Hopefully they're looking at their scripts and everything like that and going like, this is where this needs to be. And it would not shock me at all if this new Batman movie is the biggest money-making, comic book movie ever. Like, it would not shock me at all if it's on par with like Endgame or something like that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think the Batman looks really good. Like, I think it looks really good.
Yeah,
and I ultimately don't really care. Like, I hope that DC fans get something like the MCU fans have. I do hope that.
See, I think the way you should care though is that if DC becomes good, like really good, where it's like pushing the MCU.
Yep. It's gonna make them stay on their toes.
Competitiveness always brings out the best of each company, and it's like why video games are always interesting is when Microsoft is doing really good, it pushes Sony to do really good. If Nintendo is doing really good, it pushes the other people to do really good. And then you get that competitiveness and you get the better product because we're the consumer. We don't care who makes more money. We care that we get a good product in the end.
Yep.
So even if you're not a huge DC fan, those movies do well. Great. The MCU's got a competitor now, and they have to do even better.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. So I just don't have this, like, I'm not saying it will bomb. I'm not saying that, but it's just like, they've done nothing to, like, really make me feel like they've changed their way. Like, this just, like I said, it reeks of, like, let's set up for the future. And it's like, no, like, this is the first Flash movie. Like, I know we've met Flash at this. I mean, I haven't, because I haven't really watched Justice League or anything that I remember anyways. But, like, this movie needs to be focused all about him. And it needs to be, like, we need to give a shit about that character. Like, and because we don't right now, I don't think. And, like...
Well... So there's a lot of ways they can make you care about the character, and I think they need to take a few pages from the Flash TV show. Is the heart of the character is, using Flashpoint to bring back his parents in a way. Like, that's the compelling aspect. Is he realizes? I mean, I'm not exactly sure the comic storyline, but on the show at least, I believe his mom has passed and his father's in prison, and he learns that his dad's in prison for it. They think that he murdered his mom, basically, but that wasn't the case. So he's like wrongfully accused. But basically, Flash learns that he can go fast enough that he can change time, and decides that, like, okay, if I can go back in time, I'm going to bring back my mom and rightfully take my father out of prison. But in doing so, he realizes that, like, it
affects everything else.
Also affects the future. Yeah. So he's going forward and back multiple times, going, oh, fuck, I fucked this up, and now I got to rewind time again and fix this. Oh, I fixed this, but now this is messed up, so on and so forth. And so obviously he's going to end up going into a timeline where Michael Keaton's Batman, and he's going to try to do something there. Maybe because of what he does there, Michael Keaton gets the shit kicked out of him and dies. He goes back forward into the future, and then we get the new Batman, and, they don't need to touch on Batman for a long period of time, but the heart of the story and what compelled me so much about the Flash TV show, at least the first 2 seasons, was like the heart and a character having superpowers, yet he still can't do the thing he wants to do. Like,
right.
regardless of him being able to travel in time,
It's the
he's
struggle.
still heartbroken at the end of it because his mom's dead, his dad's in prison, or worse.
I mean, it's kind of like Peter Parker in a sense. I mean, it's not the same scenario, but it's like he's left with that decision of like, I have all this power, I have all this strength, but I also want to go and hang out with Ned.
Totally.
Right.
And yeah, no, and I mean, that's the compelling aspect of Flash to me. It's the heart of the character is as fast as he can move, he still kind of fucks things up and still, you know, isn't great at what he's doing. So it makes you relate to him. It makes you go like, you know, there's always something everybody wants to change about their life.
Yeah.
And if they could go back in time, they would do it. But then you don't think of the repercussions of like, you know, that happened for a reason, and I am who I am today because of that happening. And if I changed that, I wouldn't be the person I am today. And it had a cascading effect on all these other things. So I don't know. I think if they touch on that during the movie, you'll have your kind of heartstrings pulled for the Flash and Barry Allen in general. So.
Yeah, well,
I don't know. We'll wait and see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm at the, I mean, and again, like mine, I don't really count because I don't really give a shit. But yeah, I just like, to me, I laugh when I see it because I'm just like, it's cool that the best thing about the Flash trailer was Batman. Like,
no, I agree with you. I think DC realizes that their moneymakers are Batman and Superman, right? Like, maybe Wonder Woman a little bit now, but like, I think majority of people are going to see a Batman movie.
Wouldn't we say Wonder Woman more than Superman at this point? Or no?
I don't know, because the second Wonder Woman movie was fucking terrible.
Yeah, but Superman never really got a second movie, really. Like, I know Batman v Superman, but that's pretty hot garbage, so...
Oh, it's terrible. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it'd be between the two, I think. I think Batman's their number one, and then I think it'd be between Superman and Wonder Woman, but... you know, there's a lot of hardcore Superman fans out there, but I think... You know, I don't think any of the Superman movies are remarkably great. You know, Man of Steel, I think, is my favorite one, and even that has some issues. So.
Yep, I agree.
But yeah, anyway, I mean, we'll see. Time will tell.
Yeah. When's Hawkeye start?
I saw Mercury in the chat a while ago asking about a video game, Back 4 Blood. I haven't bought it yet. I haven't played it yet. It's a game where you have to play multiplayer with a bunch of people. Basically, you got to have 3 or 4 friends playing with you, and I don't have friends that are willing to hop on, you know, once a week or a couple times a week to play that game. So it's just completely like a non-buy for me. If you could play that game completely solo in a like fun way, I would probably pick it up. But I don't have a group of friends that are, you know, reliable enough to play that game weekly or whatever. Like all my friends have, you know, wives and
it's hard too because you work an off shift.
I work midnights.
Like you work midnight, so that really makes it challenging.
It's very hard to get all together. You know, just the new Jackbox games came out last week.
Oh, I remember Jackbox. That was fun. That one time we played at your house.
Oh, totally. It's great. It's great fun to play. But like getting all my friends together to play the new one is like it's a 2 or 3 week process. When's people available? Blah 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 blah. So it's just really difficult. So
yeah.
To get 3 people together to play Back 4 Blood is borderline impossible.
Yeah, that's fair. I love games. I really love games. Yeah. We played Jenga a bunch over Thanksgiving. That was pretty fun.
I love Jenga. Jenga's great.
I love Jenga too. Whenever we play with Matt's Kate's brother, Matt. He is so crazy. Like he'll be sitting on the chair and you'll be pulling you like right up and you're pulling. He'll like go right up to you and be like.
That's good.
Or it's like as soon as like you like start moving it, he'll be like, "Duh!"
Geek out. Yeah.
It's really funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I love board games, man. I'd be down to play board games any night.
Yeah, I don't do a ton of. I mean, I ultimately am just whatever. Like I kind of just go with the flow. So if everyone's playing board games, then I guess I'm playing board games too. But Jenga's one in particular. What's that?
So you're the least competitive person I've ever met.
I am. I really am. I just don't fucking care. I just don't care. Fine.
And I'm the exact opposite, where I care so much. All I want to do is win.
All I do is win, no matter what.
We're gonna get copyright strike. You're just too good.
No. What have we done? We won't be able to make any money off this.
Yeah, I make so much money off this. Like, billionaire.
Hawkeye starts November 24th. That's exciting, right? That's like a month away.
Yeah, well, we'll have
so
Eternals.
Pretty much do Eternals and then Hawkeye.
Yeah, exactly.
Word, son.
It'll be good.
Yeah.
We'll have, like, I think a week in between, but yeah.
Cool. That's great. I dig that.
Yeah.
When does Eternals come out again?
The 5th.
Oh, wait. There's going to be a week soon that I can't do because I'll be in New York. November 12th, I think. I'm not here.
Well, then we're going to have to do Eternal spoilers on the 5th.
Oh, damn. That's right. I forgot about that. I remember now when I bought tickets, as soon as I said, when is it out? And I'm like, oh, wait a second. I remember I said to myself when I booked the ticket, oh, good thing, because we're going to New York November 8th to the something 12th, I think.
Oh,
I might be home on the 12th.
I don't care.
We'll
do the spoilers and we'll do our brief impressions and then we'll go into spoilers and we'll just have to warn everybody. And
yeah, maybe we can hold a little sign on a stick that says,
"Sure,
we're talking spoilers."
I'll put a glowing sign behind me that says spoilers. You know,
you'll just cover up the one that says nudes.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll find out.
Well, I think that's it.
We might actually be home by that. Like, we might actually be home by then. I don't know. I can't remember. If we're home, I'll do it. Like, even if I'm tired, I'll still do it.
Enjoy your vacation. It is what it is.
We got tickets to Stephen Colbert show.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We're gonna go do that. Yeah, it should be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
I hope I can see you guys on the TV.
I'm gonna streak. My intentions is to wear just a black tie and nothing else.
Or do Green Man
my
like Charlie.
vaccine card's gonna be stapled to my testicles.
That's all I've ever wanted.
Mm-hmm.
No, dude. For sure, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, man.
Enjoy it. I've never been to New York, so.
Ah, it's sweet. This will be our second time going. But the last time we went was when as we were landing, they announced that Trump won presidency. That was the last time we went. And it was like the most somber place. Like
oh yeah.
I remember we met up with Kate's cousin, and like he lives not right in New York, but he lives close. And he was like he's like, you're experiencing something most people don't get to experience. Because he's like, even we went to Times Square and it was like dead. Like
it's crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy, dude. It's like everybody was upset. It was just like, and the next day there was like this huge march against him and stuff like that. And
yeah,
it was crazy.
No, I really want to take a vacation, but I just don't trust all this vaccine policy stuff. And
that's my biggest worry right now.
I can't risk getting stuck somewhere for 2 weeks.
Yep, that'd be expensive. That's a concern to me, and my bigger concern is like my wife doesn't travel cheap. Like, like I couldn't stay at a Hojo. Like, we're staying at like 4-star hotels, right? Like she's just got like that. Like that's what she likes.
Yeah.
So like, so it's like it's always expensive, and it's just like I don't want to go and get like half the experience because of COVID. Like,
yeah, for sure.
So like that's where like that. So I'm gonna use this as kind of my gauge because we're supposed to go to Europe in the spring, and like I want to go to Europe, but that's like an $8,000 trip. So like,
yeah, there's no point of risk.
Like I'm not paying that. If I can only get half the experience, that's just too much. So
yeah, no, totally. I mean, when me and you decide to go to New York together, we can stay at like a fucking cardboard box inn,
We'll stay at the hostel.
yeah, exactly. We'll stay in a homeless alley where all they set up tents. It'll be fine.
That'd be perfect. That'd be great.
I'm easy to please.
That sounds good to me. Well, I mean, the good thing is that whenever you come out here next, it works. So like we have never had a guest in our new place. My mom was the first one. So like we set up an air mattress in this room, and it's like, it's hilarious because it literally just fit a mattress. That's it. There's no room for anything else. It's just like a mattress and then the door, and it's
that's awesome.
I'm like, Mom, please don't rock the mattress because if you shake my fingers and they fall, I'm gonna be pretty pissed off.
Or they collapse the entire shelving on top of her.
Oh, well, that part's not gonna happen because it's all behind doors anyways, right? So it's even if they collapse, they would stay encased. It'd be fine. But,
well, that's good.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean that's a good part is we kept the Kate's parents like have this really awesome blow up mattress that like inflates itself. You just plug it in and you just turn it on and blows up.
They got those for camping and stuff now too.
Yeah. So so we used that and like I blew it up a couple times throughout the week and it was good. My mom's like, oh, it's perfect.
Nice.
So if whenever you come out next, that'll be the game plan.
We'll definitely plan it. I don't know, whenever you guys are free and
next year. It'll have to be next year. I don't want you to be here when I'm working because I don't want to fucking be better.
No, we'll have to plan it out where you can take time off and you don't have other trips around it where it works out for both of us. So
we'll have to get creative because I think 2 weeks of vacation next year are going to go to Europe and then a week's going to go to coming home. I want to come home and so
we'll figure it out.
But we'll try to work it around like a couple holidays or something, and like the good thing is like I work a lot, so like I'll be able to like pick up probably an extra day or two, like if I needed to, right? Like so I could fill in a week pretty easily, I'm sure. So
and we'll podcast from there.
Yep, we will. We'll podcast from here, and when I'm home, we'll podcast from there.
Hell yeah.
All
right, buddy. Well, I think that's it for this week.
I think so too.
So yeah.
Oh, hey, I didn't mention this either. Since a lot happened while I was gone. I got that, this, but maybe not everybody else does. I got that Mark Hoppus figure that I posted, and he fucking commented on it.
So cool.
Bonkers, man. So fucking crazy. He's sitting right here.
So good, man. So well done. When I saw that, my mind kind of exploded. I was like, it's so weird that like basically our entire friendship started because of Blink-182 and us talking about bands we liked and whatever. And then all of a sudden to fast forward, 20 years and Mark Hoppus is commenting on your Instagram post. It's just fucking wild.
So bonkers, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, it's really, really cool.
Yeah, man. It blew my... It's funny because, like, we were going to the pet store to get some dog treats. And, like, I walked over to Tim Hortons because it's in the same parking lot. And I was like, I was going to grab a drink. And as I was waiting for my drink, I'm, like, scrolling. And, like, my notification... That one was, like, a pretty good post. So I had, like, a decent amount of notifications. And I looked at it. I'm just like, Mark Hop... What? So like read it, I was like, oh my god, that like Mark Hoppus really replied to that. That's fucking crazy.
It's crazy, man.
Now I just need to get it to him somehow.
Yeah, he must have like an agent or something that you could talk to that could give you like a PO box or something. That
I'm gonna go the Zoom route like you suggested. I'm gonna hang out on a Zoom, not a Zoom, Twitch. Yeah. I'm just waiting now because I want to be able to like promote it again. Like the thing is like, I think the reason it got his attention was because everyone started, like I said on the post, like if everybody could like tag him and shout out at him, like maybe he'd see this all of a sudden random influx of people tagging him. And I think that's what happened because it's like, it happened in a succession where I had like, I think 5 or 6 people tag him. And then I think 3 or 4 people were like storying and saying, hey, Mark Hoppus, blah, blah, blah. Look at this.
Yeah.
So I think that the reason he saw it was because of that. So if I put it out again, I want to, I'll do it with like the fancy pictures that I took and like I'll kind of wait and then I'll do another big.
Well, even if you subscribe to his Twitch, like he's donating all of his Twitch revenue to like charity and stuff like that. So
great.
If you subscribe to his Twitch, I don't know, I can't remember exactly what it costs. I want to say it's like $5 or $10 or whatever for the month. And I think he answers like a lot of like Twitch chat while on stream. So if you jump in on there and just say like, hey, say everything that you've done and whatever, and like he might recognize the name or maybe not, but
probably not. But he might notice if I say, hey, I made an action figure of you and I want to give it to you, maybe, right?
Yeah. So. You might have seen my post a while back, Mark, that I made an action figure for you, and a lot of people were messaging you, whatever, and I want to get it to you. So if there's a way I can contact you or, contact somebody within your crew that, could forward some mailing information for me.
That'd be sick. I hope I
Yeah,
can.
dude. It's cool, man. It's real cool.
Yeah, buddy.
All
Okay.
right, well, that's it for this week. Thanks everybody for watching and commenting and coming to the post. Obviously, you can follow me at Moose Milk Media and follow Matt at Customs by Matthew. Remember, we're available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, any other podcast services you may use, and YouTube as well. And our art is done by at Janie Milne Art. And yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Say goodnight, Kevin.
Good night, Kevin.